my favorite things. We'll go with the flare again. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn it over now to our school superintendent, Dr. Erdl, who is going to speak a little bit when a couple other come up, do a ribbon cutting, and go from there. Here's Dr. Erdl.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today is a big day for a lot of things, but what I want to do is thank some people. First of all, this field really came about because of students and the staff at the school. We had a lot of problems that took place on this field before it was fixed, from injuries and just unusable space. And the students stepped up and really stepped up at the school board meetings, made your voice heard. So here's an example where students, sometimes you guys feel like you're not heard. Here's an example where you were heard, and this is what it results in. So I want to say thank you to all the students. Thank you to the teachers and the staff in this building and the parents that really pushed to get this done. So enjoy the field. Thank you. And now I want to introduce Mr. Sean Rowland, one of our school board members.
What's up, Raiders? School's almost done, right? We're hanging in there? It's a little bit cold. All right, so just wanted to, now that this field is here, I want everybody to close their eyes real quick and just remember what this field used to look like, what the old field looked like. So close your eyes. Remember all the potholes and the divots and the injuries that happened here, all the things that had to be canceled when you had to go to other fields. Now open your eyes. Now, would you rather have that old field, or do you like this one? That guy likes the old one. Everybody else, new field. Thank you to all the teachers, the staff, the district, and to the students for advocating for this beautiful field. And now I will introduce, who am I introducing? Mr. Hughes.
Hey, I like you. So when we thought about putting this all together, we wanted to bring a faculty member who has experience on this field in a lot of ways. Eric Dale is a Tosa East graduate. He played here as a student athlete. He coaches here now, has coached in both the boys and girls program. And he is someone as well who spoke at the board very much in support of the need here. So now I'd like to welcome Mr. Eric Dale. I guess I took a little bit more of a longer approach. I have cue cards, so I don't know how I'm going to react to reading this, so I just warn you in advance. This place is pretty special to me, so bear with me here. It's always best to have a room with a view. It's taken me a number of years to acquire one of the best classrooms at Tosa East, which suggests nothing more than I'm one of our school's remaining fossils from the good old days. That being said, 5 months ago, I was privy to the coolest excavating project I've ever witnessed. I actually was looking out my window up there when the first bulldozer took a bite out of the old North Athletic Field. And that moment sparked in me a pleasant but short trip down memory lane. So I'd like to share briefly some of those memories with you. Number one, I remember my friends from Lincoln Elementary School and myself coming here to play kickball in the fall and spring, baseball in the summer, and tackle football in the winter. Number two, I remember my first varsity soccer game between Tosa East and Tosa West, which sparked an enthusiasm to one day play for the Raiders in a meaningful and exciting crosstown rivalry. Number three, I remember little kids at our summer recreation department camp tripping playfully over themselves while learning the game of soccer as they giggled and insisted on wearing the smelly, way too big practice pennies that high school players wear because they want to be like the big kids. Number four, I recall myself practicing with club and high school teammates here years and years ago, preparing to go to battle with those teammates who would become, in some cases, lifelong friends and even members of my wedding party years later. Number five, I recall my high school boys and girls soccer teams practicing on a choppy turf, occasionally complaining that one day this field will be playable. And as I look across the field now, I laugh, reflecting on how I can't wait for all those alumni to come back here to their alma mater and see what's become of the field where soccer players' ankles and knees go to die. Number 6, I remember those same players succeeding on and off the field well beyond the years they spent here at Tosa East. And this is the part, kids, I don't know how this is going to go, so bear with me here. Finally, I remember a good friend and former Tosa East teammate of mine named Scott Schrader, who would spend time after a training session to work on his direct free kicks right over here on this goal for hours after practice had ended, and struggling to see the goal frame as he typically stayed well past nightfall and eventually was asked to leave by the night janitors. In February of 1991, my friend Scott was killed in action while serving as a United States Marine in Operation Desert Shield during the Gulf War. I know Scott is fondly looking down on all of us today, smiling at the thought that if he was out here practicing his free kicks today, he'd have the benefit of a well-lit field, and it might actually help him put a shot on frame as opposed to sending balls into traffic on Wauwatosa Avenue. So this field in all its present beauty and glory certainly holds fond memories for me. Tosa East has much to do with who I am as a person. I'm proud and honored to be a part of the Tosa East family and faculty, and I certainly hope this beautiful facility becomes a place you too will come to cherish and remember, whether you're an athlete, a musician, or even just a curious, adventurous wall climber in a Phi Ed class. Lots of time, effort, and energy went into building this place for you, so please take advantage of the things it offers you and make it a place that will one day carry pleasant and happy memories for you as well. Thank you, and hail Wauwatosa. Woo!
Thank you, Mr. Dale, for those words and remembrance of your classmate. I also want to thank the marching band for being here today, playing music. I know that you guys have enjoyed this field and we're anxious to get on it. Obviously love having you in everything related to our school. At this time, we're going to do a ceremonial ribbon cutting to my left. We have tried to gather up representatives from a variety of groups.
How are you? Good.
Our 2 drum majors, Maya Mays and Isabella Brewitt, please report. Over to my left,
Can you scoot over?
Alina Blahowski is representing the girls lacrosse program. Evan Decker representing the boys lacrosse program. David Marcus representing Phi Ed. And Connor Kennelty representing physical education classes. Ezra Eccles representing boys soccer. Last but not least, Natalie Land representing girls soccer. We obviously could have had a lot more people up there who spoke passionately at the board and were present at that meeting. It is exciting to have this ceremonial ribbon cutting. We also would like Dr. Ernle, Mr. Rollins, school board members in attendance, Mr. Dale to stand over there for some pictures too. Ms. Guys Holloway.
Guys, okay, can we do 1, 2?
One of our student school board representatives, Cameron Clark, is here as well, everybody. He represents you, one of our 2 students representing you at the school board level. So we'll take some quick pictures before we ask Maya and Isabel.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more.
All right, and now if I could get a drum roll. And then when I stop the drum roll, cut the, yeah, you got it? All right.